All right, y'all. Welcome to On the Radar with Brain. This is going to be a special edition. It's going to be called Radar After Dark, where
Okay.
we're going to step away from the gossip and dive into stories that leave more questions than answers. Um, Tonight, I have for you three great stories. One of them is an American woman vanishes in the Bahamas, and investigators are questioning her husband's story. A teenage girl is found unalived aboard a cruise ship, and her stepbrother is charged as an adult. And a warehouse fire that has people joking nervously that America may be headed for another toilet paper crisis, maybe. So let's get into it. We're going to start in the Bahamas, where the missing woman case is quickly becoming one of the most talked about mysteries online. According to investigators, on April the 4th, Lynette Hooker vanished while boating with her husband near the Abaco Islands in the Bahamas. Now, her husband claims they were returning to their yard by a dinghy when Lynette was swept overboard in rough waters. He said that she had the engine safety key attached to her. So, meaning that when she went in the water, the motor shut off, leaving him stranded. But that explanation immediately raised questions. So, by April the 5th, search and rescue operations were underway. Despite extensive efforts, though, Lynette was nowhere to be found. Then on the 8th, Brian Hooker was detained by Bahamian police for questioning. So family members are saying that Lynette had concerns about her marriage and do not believe that this was an accident. So the question is, did Lynette Hooker disappear at sea, or are investigators looking at a homicide with no body right now?
All right. Let's play it.
This morning, police in the Bahamas are running out of time. Investigators must charge Brian Hooker in connection with his wife's disappearance by this evening, or his attorney says he will walk free.
You think they are looking at him for possibly being charged with murder?
Right, based on the fact that they're saying that they believe he caused her harm that resulted in her death. That suggests murder to me.
American Lynette Hooker vanished more than a week ago. Her husband says she fell from the couple's small dinghy in unpredictable seas near Elbow Key. And now we're hearing what appears to be Brian Hooker's account.
I threw her a flotation cushion that we used to sit on the dinghy, right after she went in. But I couldn't tell if she got it or not.
Marnie and Blaine Stevenson say that's from a phone call with Brian Hooker that they recorded last week in hopes of finding their missing friend. NBC News cannot verify its authenticity or if the audio has been edited.
What would you want people to hear most from that call?
The flares. Who saw a flare? He states he fired a flare gun off twice in that audio. Somebody had to see that.
We're also now learning more about Brian Hooker's apparent return to land. A boatyard security guard in Marsh Harbor telling Fox News he spoke with Hooker after he washed ashore, saying he was more exhausted than anything else. He wanted water to drink. The worker reportedly asking, "So where is the lady?" Hooker responding, "She's in the water." Since then, Hooker's lawyer says he spent days in police custody. Meanwhile, authorities say they've searched for his wife by land, air, and sea.
And he still denies causing her death.
He definitely denies causing her death, and he's still asking about her and is hopeful that she will be recovered.
All right, man.
He a little bit too calm for me.
That's what you think.
Yeah. It's been going on since, like I said, April the 4th. Was it April the 4th? Yeah, he a little bit too calm for me. A lot of her daughter came out saying that she knew that they had Rocky. It's been off and on with them, basically. But to me, he seems too calm to be. I see what Class wrote. Class says is a cheap divorce if he can beat the charge. He seems too calm to me for his wife to be, missing and gone. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all got any thoughts on it before we move forward?
Really. Not really. I mean, this is just, I don't want to say that. But hey, shout out to the family. Hopefully they find the loved one. Hey, I don't want to say what that's gonna be so horrible. Yes. He players
Right.
everybody say the family. Yeah, he said
Yeah.
they insinuated a
Insinuated.
lot spouse at that.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'm gonna
Why
try to
you
keep you
staying in the
updated.
water? Why you staying in the water today? You stayed in the
Wow.
water
I
today.
stayed in the water. It might, I don't know. Yeah,
You didn't even notice that, did you?
I did not. I did not. But we're gonna end with them flames though. Wait,
You a
wait a
Capricorn.
minute.
You a Capricorn. You ain't no Aquarius.
So next, what we had should have been a family vacation, but it became a crime scene in international waters. On November, this happened late last year. On November 7th, 2025, 18-year-old Anna Kepner was found aboard Carnival Horizon. She was found dead aboard Carnival Horizon. Investigators say that her body was discovered hidden beneath a bed, wrapped in a blanket, and concealed with life jackets. The medical examiner ruled her death a mechanical asphyxia. I said this earlier today, and it just ain't coming out right now.
A what?
I'm
A
gonna
what?
put it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on.
A what?
I can't even say it, y'all. That's right.
Blood said what?
Asphyxiation. She was, yeah.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah.
Asphyxiation.
That right there. That part. Somebody say it.
Hey, you use Claude today? You use Claude.
No, I didn't use Claude. It's
okay.
a real word.
That's what they Claude bait. That's what they.
Wait. Okay, I'm coming back. Hold on, wait, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. So by November the 24th, her death was ruled a homicide. So in February, her 16-year-old stepbrother was charged as a juvenile. But this week, he was transferred to adult court and now faces first-degree murder and aggravated sexual assault abuse charges. If convicted, he faces life in prison. And tonight, this case forces a chilling reality. You know, a family boarded that ship together for vacation, came home with one child unalived and another accusing of unaliving her.
All right, let's see what they got to say about this one.
The teen stepbrother accused of murdering Anna Kepner on a Carnival cruise ship will now be prosecuted as an adult.
The DOJ made that announcement today in its first public comment on the case that made national headlines in November. West 2 investigative reporter Justin Schecker following these new developments live in the newsroom. Justin.
Hey, good afternoon. Up until now, the details surrounding Anna Kepner's murder on the cruise ship have been revealed through court filings and hearings in her stepmother's child custody case. Now the indictment is unsealed. Federal prosecutors say the stepbrother sexually assaulted Kepner before he intentionally killed her. Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother kept his head down as he left federal court in Miami on February 6th. That was 4 days after the U.S. Department of Justice initially charged him as a juvenile. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida said on Monday, a federal grand jury has returned an indictment charging serious offenses that allegedly occurred aboard a vessel in international waters. We will present the evidence in court and pursue this case with professionalism and care. Heather Wright is Anna Kepner's biological mom.
I'm just happy that my daughter got justice and that they tried him as an adult because I was a little worried.
The unsealed indictment reveals the stepbrother is charged with murder and aggravated sexual abuse.
I don't even really want to think about that one because I can't even begin to imagine what she went through.
Prosecutors say the 18-year-old Titusville teen's body was found in the cabin she shared with the suspect and another step-sibling on board a Carnival cruise ship during a family vacation in November. The Miami-Dade medical examiner determined the cause of her death was asphyxiation.
Can you tell us the status of his release terms?
According to newly unsealed court documents, the stepbrother was released to the custody of his uncle in Hernando County. He may not be alone with anyone under the age of 18 unless supervised by an adult, and he must comply with the court orders from his parents' ongoing custody case.
He's certainly looking at a maximum.
Right.
I knew this shit was Florida.
You knew it?
Man, look, man. When you're having a relationship with your stepbrother, you can't go off and start dating somebody else.
Her mom seems suspicious to me.
I'm trying to tell you. She gonna pick a side. You know, the mama gonna pick their son.
How long this been going on, Ray?
It happened back on November the 7th was when they found her. And by November the 24th, they ruled it as a homicide. So February is when they charged her. In February they charged him as a juvenile, but this week he was transferred to adult court.
Oh yeah.
So,
Florida don't play by that.
yeah.
Nah. Oh, he'll be charged. Wrong man.
Crazy, man. That's crazy, man. America is going crazy, man. But looks like we ain't gonna have nothing left to cry about. What you got next for us, Rain?
I'm glad they had the palm colored in this one though.
And and finally,
touche.
And finally, what has started as a warehouse fire is now raising serious questions about workplace pressure and public safety. So on April the 10th, a massive fire erupted at a Kimberly Clark distribution center in California. The facility distributes household staples, including Cottonelle, Scott, Kleenex, and Huggies. So by April the 11th, an employee had been arrested in connection with the fire. Investigators say workplace frustrations may have been the motive. And while the internet jokes about another toilet paper shortage, this story points to something deeper. You know, how much pressure are people under when workplace frustration turns into burning down the building?
What was that movie, y'all? What was that funny movie when the dude said, "I'll burn this place down"? Y'all don't remember? Oh, I'll have to find it. Let's run this real quick. Let's run.
A warehouse fire in Ontario will face a judge for the first time tomorrow. The accused is an employee who allegedly posted the crime on social media.
CBS LA's Amy, or I should say Joy Benedict, is in Ontario with the charges that he's now facing.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
The cell phone video is startling. The fear clear.
Oh my God, this does not look good.
As a 1.2 million square foot warehouse in Ontario went up in flames Tuesday morning.
I heard a noise. It was like sizzling.
This worker, who doesn't want us to show his face, was one of 20 people inside the building at the time.
It was in different locations that the fire was being set off. I'm very sure that this man was running splitting aisles, just lighting.
Police very quickly detained a fellow worker inside, Jamal Abdul Kareem, who was officially charged with 7 felony charges Thursday, including aggravated arson. This after he appeared to post video on social media of him starting the fire, a surprise to his fellow co-workers.
Going in, even fist bumping this man, like, "Hey, have a great day. Like, you're gonna do great today." You don't come to work with those intentions and then ruin everyone's life. Like, you're ruining people's life doing this.
This worker says Abdul Kareem was quiet and complained a little about the company, but nothing that alarmed him.
He seemed like the nicest, genuine soul, but I guess you can trust anyone.
With the building destroyed, he is fearful for his job and everyone who worked there.
How am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to survive? Like, none of us can now.
The company that runs the warehouse issued a statement saying, "We are in the process of placing all our impacted employees at other NFI operations within the area."
I don't know what's in store for me, and that's why I'm very worried. I'm very worried. Everyone should be worried that has been working in that facility.
But this worker says these last couple of days, he's gone through many emotions, angry, sad, and surprised, because he never would have thought anyone would have done this. Certainly not someone he knew.
There goes your inventory. You don't go and burn a building down because your life is horrible. You're just going to make other people's lives worse. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's chaos.
Jamal Abdul Kareem now facing 70 felony counts of arson. He is expected to make his first appearance in a Rancho Cucamonga courtroom on Friday morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Cucamonga. Who would have thought that would happen in this suburb?
1.2 million square feet of toilet paper towels, everything gone.
Yeah. That man just asked for a quarter. All they wanted was a quarter raise. He wanted to go from $8.75 to $19. He just couldn't get a man a quarter. Look what it cost.
So, how do y'all feel about that? Disgruntled employees at workplaces.
Not recording himself
and recording yourself. He told him himself. He wasn't trying to get away with it. He was really upset.
Easy work.
But you know what's crazy is, man, this is one of the things you kind of learn it over time. He was just a sacrificial lamb. That's all. That man was shout out to Clyde. He was an empath, man. That man took in everybody's emotion. Y'all know how it is to be at a stressful workplace. Everybody, and you might be that person everybody comes to, they tell you all their problems, and you get more angry than they do. And then you have your own problems, and it just compounds because now you yelling at the general manager or whatever because you feel like they ain't listening to us. Man, we done asked for the raise, and you got 300,000 more workers that are saying the same thing to you on lunch break.
Fuck this shit, dog.
But none of them ain't down for the cause. This kind of go back to what we were talking about on the men's minute, right? How many people really gonna ride with you when it's time to ride? He found out how many people gonna ride when it was time to ride. So This is what happens, man. This is what happens in workplaces. Like
Bro, I ain't tell you to burn the old playground. I ain't tell you to do that. I
Some
say
people take that stuff on, dog. Some people take that stuff on, dog. Some people take on every complaint, everything they coworkers say to them. We all have had these moments where you've been in a workplace and you finally become the voice that speaks up, but then nobody says anything. Whew. Crazy, dog. Crazy. Momo said he a whole goofy. Recording himself committing a crime and felony at that.
Yeah.
Kind of goofy.
And that wasn't a small warehouse. That was a million square feet or 1.5 million square feet. That was a big old warehouse.
That's a lot of talking to you.
Yeah, but this also, did y'all hear the end? Did y'all hear the end though? Like, did y'all hear the end? The company was just finding ways to find them other factories to go to so they can continue to work.
Yeah.
They are not worried about their toilet paper. They gonna get that back. And
I think I listened to one story about it, and there was like 20 people in the building at that time. And there was no regard. He was just going through, like, opening up toilet paper, lighting it up.
Toilet paper.
So he could risk somebody's life as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he put people in danger. All of that.
You see, they said 7 felonies. They say 7 is the number of completion. He completed it. He completed that. Job done.
That's how you crash out with no helmet.
He said that's how you crash.
I'm tired.
It's always one. There's always one. There's always one. Man, shout out to Rain, man. Rain is always bringing the best news, man. Shout out to Rain, man. Shout out because this stuff, like now that I'm doing all this content, I don't really have time to like pay attention to a lot of the regular day-to-day stuff. So we appreciate you bringing this on, man. Cause I said his action planted the seed. Hey, man, shout out to Rain, man. Go ahead.
That's Rain getting up in the morning making her Folgers and sitting down in the morning, got a little cup, and she's sitting there just drinking her coffee, going, "Ooh, Lord, put that on radar."
Yeah, I do. When I come across, I said, "Oh, this gonna be a good radar." I had been knowing about the Bahama one for a while. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna bring that in, to the radar." So yeah. So tonight we had 3 different stories. All of them reminded us that chaos doesn't need a warning before it shows up. If you made it this far, make sure you drop some raindrops in the chat for me and tell me which story disturbed you the most. And of course, thank you for joining me for On the Radar with Rain. Radar After Dark.
Thank you, man.
You're locked into On the Radar with Rain, hot topics, bold takes, and no filter on the forecast. Let's see what